Hey everybody, this is Dan from Great Justice Games, here with our first official episode of Eldritch. This was supposed to be the first one, but during my initial recording test, I nearly got murdered by a Shoggoth on the first level, and I screamed loudly, though the mic wasn't picking up, so I decided to go ahead and upload it and keep that anyway. So, this is a roguelike light exploration randomly generated dungeon crawler with heavy H.P. Lovecraft themes to it by Minor Key Games, and it's really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and start. As you can see, I'm where I left off last time, if you saw the first episode. I've got the bank full of like 400 something relics. I'm not gonna put any more in there, I'm just gonna carry through. And we're going to go to the second level. And this level has a tendency to scare the crap out of me, and I die a lot. So I don't know if I'm going to do more than one run, or if I'm just going to do the one run until death. We'll see how it shakes out. Yeah, this is the second level. It's deserty and a lot more difficult than the first one are. I don't know. Now, one thing that's really important is that you make sure, if you're playing Eldritch, that you gather just about everything you can, because while you can, you should, because later on it gets a lot more difficult and a lot more hectic. And although it might not look it, this game has a pretty heavy aspect of stealth to it, including, like, I'm wearing stealth boots right now. They block out the sounds of my running, so I can run safely, and there's a slide. It controls really well. I'm using the program Motion Enjoy and a DualShock controller to play this. Just my preferred method for it. And that is, in essence, a weeping angel from Doctor Who right there, so I'm just gonna avoid it and try not to soil myself as I do so. Because if it wakes up, you have to keep looking at it. Or it sneaks up behind you and snaps your freaking neck. And if that happens, you'll most likely hear me scream in terror, like a little girl. But yeah, like, normally I'm much less mobile than this. It's the carryover of the boots from the last playthrough is quite a boon. This is a fountain. They are one of the largest health replenishing things I found in the game, and they also raise your max health. So, as you can see, I have 8 max health. Starting max health is like 3 or 4. I'm not entirely sure anymore. I haven't died in a while, despite getting close to it on numerous occasions. This is just, like, I don't like the second level. This whole place is strange and nerve-wracking to me, and although I guess it does put me in the frame of mind to ramble loudly at the audience, so that could help, maybe. Jesus! And then there's a room full of the freaking statues down here. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna make it out of this one. Just due to where those statues were placed, and the fact that I'll probably have to go by them. But if I can avoid waking them up, then they won't get to me. I have played through this level and beaten it once before, as you probably saw when I was on the level select. I did have the third book open. But I've only managed to successfully complete this place one time. And that one time that I did, I was basically reduced to tears by the end of it, because just... the Weeping Angels are scary, man. I make no apologies for it. These tripwires correspond to a weapon called the tripwire gun, pretty sure is what it's called. And it allows you to set them just like they're automatically set all over the level. And it's a pretty good way to take out, like, the big sand mummy things that you've seen in the distance that I've been avoiding. Because they never actually die. They just go dormant for a couple of seconds when you hit them. So, if you can set traps around them after you've downed them, you can keep them going back dormant for a little bit, give yourself some time to get away. Oh, God. Okay, so I happen to have the perfect way to get through this room, which, you know, is pretty much cheating. Normally, you would have to be extremely careful in avoiding an entire room full of the statues. I, however, am just going to do that. I heard one of them wake up. I'm not going to open the door. If I open the door, they'll come after me, and I definitely do not want that to happen. So, hey, I made it through on my first attempt, which is really phenomenal for me, considering I spent like an hour going through this last time. Then again, I was going at it fresh without the advantages I brought in. So, thank you all for tuning in. This has been the second episode of Eldritch, and I'm Dan from Great Justice Gaming. Have a great night.